Hey class, it's Mr. Phi coming to you for the week of math. This week we're gonna look at a couple new ideas that we've probably never tried to do before. A couple of our objectives this week, we're gonna learn how to multiply decimals through the hundredths place. We're going to learn how to solve problems in which more than one operation is required. And to end the week, we're going to learn how to write and evaluate numerical expressions. So here's a list of some of the standards that we're going to cover this week. They just go along with the objectives that were on the last page. So let's take a look at multiplying decimals. So in multiplying decimals, we're going to follow the following steps. First, we're going to take out the decimals and keep track of the amount of decimals to the right of the problem. We're going to multiply the remaining whole numbers, and then we're going to insert the amount of decimal places that we took out back into our product when we're done. So for example, in this problem, 25 and 35 hundredths times 12 hundredths. Right here's the decimal point. There are two numbers to the right of the decimal. So we have two decimal places in that number. In the second number, there are two digits to the right of that decimal point. So we have two decimal places there. So we have a total of 4 decimal places that we're going to pull out. Now we're just going to multiply. So we go ahead and multiply through, and we end up getting 30420 when we add them up. And now we're going to insert our 4 decimal places back in. So we're going to start here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And right there is where our decimal point would go. And it's going to be the same for whether it has 1 total decimal place or if it has 3. The same steps will be followed each time. About halfway through the week, we're going to start talking about order of operations. In order of operations, you're going to use a saying or a strategy in which there are problems that have more than one mathematical operation involved to solve it. There's a certain order, like I said, to which the problem will be solved. And there's a saying that's called, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." And for this, the steps are you're going to solve what's in parentheses first. Then you're going to do exponents, which we'll talk about this week. The third step is multiply and divide from left to right. And the fourth step is add and subtract from left to right. So we see a problem here, 3 plus 4 times 2. So if we go, we don't have any parentheses. We do not have any exponents. The next step is multiply and divide from left to right. So as we go across, we have a multiplication problem right here. 4 times 2, which is 8. And now we do 3 plus 8, which is 11. There will be some pretty simple problems that we're going to do early in the week. And then we're going to do some problems that have almost all of these operations involved. The last part of the week, we're going to be doing written expressions. So there's some times when we have to develop the equation or the expression that we need in order to solve the problem before we can actually solve it. So there's some key words and examples that you can use. So we're going to get a copy of this paper this week. So with the addition, you're looking for the words plus, add, sum, more than, increase by. And those are some of the words to look for addition. With subtraction, minus, subtract, difference, less than, decrease by. For multiplication, times, multiplied, or product of. And with division, it'll say divided by, divided into, or quotient. So a lot of them are the words we've already talked about with our key math words that we have in our journals. But we're going to keep going over it. We're going to practice writing expressions based on information given. So hopefully everyone's excited for another good week of math. You guys all did a fantastic job last week with our multiplication. Let's continue it into this week. And just please make sure you keep practicing at home and ask questions if you need anything.